Hello and welcome back to another episode of Apartment B201. It's Mav here. We also have Ryan and Log. Are you gonna say something, or is it just gonna be silence?
You cut out. You cut out hella.
Oh,
I'm gonna assume that
you just introduced us.
I did.
Yeah. Okay, guys. This week, I wanted to talk about something very triggering to me.
Club Penguin.
Club Penguin. After all these years, I thought they were gonna bring it back. They didn't. No, I'm just kidding.
This is actually okay.
Oh no. So, dude, Twitch has just been supplying us with content every week for the past few weeks. Let me tell you, it's been like 4 episodes where I've been able to bring up something new about Twitch every fucking time. Okay, this week, Twitch has to cancel U.S. Army ads. Okay, because have you heard about this?
Yeah.
It's so fucked up. Okay, Logan, do you know about this?
Twitch and the U.S. Army are beefing. The U.S. Army gaming
Hell yeah,
team
bro.
or whatever.
Dude, it's so fucked. Like, they're running ads basically saying that the winner can, if you go and apply for this thing, you can have the chance to win an Xbox Elite V2 controller.
Yeah, and they're like, it's just an application to join the army, basically. Like, it's recruiting shit.
It's just an application.
And
just an application.
And they're not doing any winners at all. Like, they're not picking winners for it.
Look,
so 1, that's illegal, and 2, that's fucked up.
It's so
it's
fucked.
Just the army. It's just the U.S. Army. What are you talking about?
It doesn't matter. It's just like, what the fuck? Like, I respect people who lay their life on the line, you know, for the greater good, I guess you could say. I don't respect the tactics like these and some of the things that the military does. All right, but this is some shit.
Out Camaros?
Like giving out Camaros for 35%.
35%
APR. Yeah. Look, this is just another thing in a line of shitty things that the U.S. government does to push military enrollment, which for the most part we have one of the highest enrollments of any military besides like South Korea, where it's
so
mandatory.
Though.
You know, it just is. It's baffling because think about how many kids that are 17, 18 years old that are seeing that are thinking what they're applying for. Okay, and this is just ignorant kids. All right, are applying to just join the army. They're gonna get a call. Okay, and they're gonna be like shit out of luck. I don't know the logistics or what they have to do after they fill out that form, or if that form is just they've stamped their fucking life away. All right, but I think most of these kids think they're about to get an Elite V2 controller, a fucking $200 Xbox controller.
Bro, they're just going to Algebra 2, and next thing you know, they're gonna get a text that says, "Hey, buddy, pack your shit. You're going to Iraq."
Yeah, it's so entirely fucked. Once again, I'll restate it. All right, I respect the people who lay their lives on the line for us, but like the higher up people that make these kind of decisions, pieces of shit. What the hell? All right, but you know, thank you Twitch for supplying this.
What the hell, you know?
I would like to think that the U.S. military or army or whoever it is drafted a CS:GO team or something.
They have an esports team.
Yes, I know. That's what it is. That's what it is. It's
an
esports team on Twitch, and whoever's like the leader of the team just was like, "I got an idea, guys."
Jesus Christ!
They didn't even get any go ahead. They just like, "I got an idea, guys. Let's do a contest and not pick winners." And just have a recruitment page as the entry.
Well, I'm pretty sure that the army hasn't even come out with a statement saying like, "Oops, we fucked up."
I'm pretty
sure. I mean, they don't admit blame for much of anything, so I'm sure that this will not.
No, they really
be
don't.
Admitting blame. So we'll see what happens with that. I mean, I'm pretty sure Twitch was just like, yeah, we're not gonna do any more of their ads for the time being until they're legal ads.
Yeah, we're not gonna do that.
Yeah, if it's not legal, we don't want them on our platform. Unless you're a titty streamer, then we want you.
Yeah.
Thank you again, Twitch, for this. This was this week's Twitch update. I'm sure that next week we'll have something even spicier on the menu. Besides that, did you guys watch any of the Xbox conference stuff? I know, Logan, you probably didn't because really it was just Halo.
I watched Halo.
I listened to you guys talk about it.
So like clearly for a majority of us who had watched it. Oh shit, I just knocked over a fucking picture. All right. For the majority of us, that was mainly just like a Halo event because that's really all they said was going to be actually
that's all that really
there.
matters. Yeah.
And that's all that really mattered. They did at the end show a teaser for a re-envisioned Fable game that they're starting under a new studio. And that's super exciting. I love Fable tremendously. I was talking to one of our friends, Spencer, while I was like watching it, and we were like, man, I really thought they were gonna say something about Fable. I thought I heard some company for them was working on it, and then they just sprinkled it in then at the end, and that just made the whole hour presentation for me because like it was Halo, and then it was a bunch of other crap, which like some of it seemed really
Halo
interesting.
Psychonauts, I think, was shown.
Did they reveal another Skyrim for mobile?
No, but that's not really them.
Skyrim trading card game.
No, people mad at Bethesda, dude. They're not gonna showcase anything. Which like I was thinking to myself, like, they didn't show a lot of gameplay there besides Halo, but then I thought, well, no, a normal E3 would be them, and then every other gameplay thing that they'd have would be from another developer or publisher, like Ubisoft or EA. So I was like, no, it kind of made sense. It was more like this than anything else. But on the topic of Halo, it's getting a lot of shit because its graphics look like shit. And is that just me? Did you feel that way?
You know, I don't think the graphics were terrible, but
I don't think they're terrible.
at the same time,
They personally look like a step down from Halo 5.
I mean, I didn't really like. I don't know. They looked on par with Halo 5, but at this point, it should be above Halo 5.
Look, to me, it looked like they took the same kind of. At first, I was like, "This looks really ugly," but then I was like, "Well, it looks like they're going for the same kind of color scheme
Yeah,
as they did
they're-
Halo Wars 2." Okay,
They're-
so a lot of brighter reds. The colors were just brighter in general, which isn't a bad thing. All right, they're working with a new engine, so I get it. But I feel like it definitely needs like a little bit of fine tuning before the game comes out, and it's got 4 or 5 months to go.
Yeah, and they
But,
came out and
oof.
said that they were still working on, buffing up the graphics and everything. And I mean, I'm definitely interested to see like the concept of it reminds me of almost like a Assassin's Creed type game where it's like open world and like you complete certain things to unlock the next area, but you can do it how you want.
Yeah, I mean,
Like-
I don't think I think it's gonna be like we had a discussion with one of our friends about how it's probably gonna be like Gears 5, where it's
Never played it.
open world. Okay, I know, I've played it, but it's like a linear open world. So like in between each mission, you follow the missions. They go in an
Like
order.
Destiny,
Okay.
almost. It kind of reminds me of Destiny.
No, because in Destiny you can go back and replay in those areas and like redo, but in Gears 5, you would just play a bunch of missions in a general area, like you'd go from one location to another and that would be it. You'd be
Oh.
done with the area after that. Which is kind of the vibe that I got from this, but the more and more I'm looking into it and hearing about the game, the more and more it's actually like
True
really
open
open
world.
world. Yeah, I don't know how much of it's actually going to be open to you playing it, or if it's going to be like sections, like different maps that you like, almost like a Borderlands, you know what I mean? Where like there's missions in different zones, all right? Or like specifically Borderlands 3, where you have different planets that you do a bunch of missions on. I think it might be more in the realm of that. At least that's what I'm gauging.
I'm
as of this
excited
moment.
for how it's gonna turn out. It's definitely a change. I was
I've
not
never played Halo.
It's fun, man. I did not like Halo 5 story. I'll go ahead and come out and say that it was trash.
Not a lot of people did. I mean, look,
It
the
wasn't
way
good.
the way I see it, okay, is Halo 4 had a good story,
Decent.
shitty multiplayer, okay? And Halo 5, they really wanted to have a better multiplayer. So I feel like they focused way too much on that, and they just didn't know what to do with the story.
Yeah, they hyped up the
Alright.
story to be like this. Oh, it's gonna be Chief versus Locke. It's gonna be
Yeah,
a battle of the
look-
Spartans, and then they fought each other once, and that was it.
And that was it. It was really overhyped to be something that it wasn't. And I think even
Whose side
343
are
came
you
out and
on?
said, yeah, 343 even came out and said that they fucked up with their marketing campaign. They really gave the wrong impression.
Oh no,
of-
yeah, they gave
what
the
the game
wrong
was gonna
impression. The
be.
hype was great. Like it built up a lot of hype, but it was
Oh yeah, I was
very
fully,
let down when
fully focused. Look, the missions were fun. I did enjoy having two different perspectives again, like Halo 2. That was interesting. I liked having that. All right, playing from back and forth between them. But I think the thing about Halo 2 is that you went from UNSC to Covenant. You saw both sides of a war. Okay,
a
but in
civil
this-
war and an intergalactic
and,
war.
and a real war, and not that a civil war is not a real war, but you know what I mean.
Jesus.
Okay.
Okay.
But with this, it's like, oh well, this guy is fighting this person for this reason, and this person's fighting that guy because he thinks he's doing something else, and it's like, okay, that's really, really lame. but I enjoyed playing the campaign. I just didn't really think it held up as well. Like, especially seeing that Halo 4 was just so much. They really hit you with Cortana's dead. This is this is it. All
Cortana's
right.
dead?
I know
Dude,
spoilers. I'm so sorry.
she's
Bruh.
like she. Oh man, I don't even know. She's not
Brother.
They
dead.
like
She's dead. She's
they
like a
backpedaled because of so much hate that Halo 4 had because of that. Look, if you're somebody who critiques a game because of nostalgia, okay, and you're afraid that a character is gonna die and like that's it, that you shouldn't. I mean, look, I'm sorry, you shouldn't have a valid opinion in this space. Okay, there's a lot of YouTubers out there and a lot of people who like are into Halo that will actively be like, the games are not like the old ones, and it's like,
no
yeah, that's the
shit.
fucking point.
Yeah, you can only drag
Like,
something out so long without making a
I
major
love
change.
look, I love the Halo theme, but if I hear it 15 times in a Halo game again, I'm not gonna like the game score. All right, it's just it's not the same. Like imagine playing the same Call of Duty map over and over and over again, and that's all you gotta
That's
play.
well, I mean that is kind of what happens, but
Well, okay, look, yeah, yeah, but like imagine they did that for every game, and like it was literally the same map, not like they brought back a map or like a map looks similar, like it was just the same thing over and over again. That's what Halo fans, like the die-hard fucking send death threats to the fucking 343 employees kind of Halo fans, that's what they want. And like that's shitty because the game's like really good and I think it's evolved past what it used to be because people just need to get through their head. It's not Bungie anymore. It's a different studio. They're going to do different things. And that's just how it should be, you know? Stop. Don't worry about it, you know?
don't worry about sweetheart.
Yeah, just play the game. You don't like it. Return it. Fucking buy a hard copy, you know? Get your money back if it's that big of a deal. But it is what it is. So Log.
Huh?
So okay, yeah. Log, how is your drop doing? I know we talk about it personally, but like this is super exciting for you, right?
Of course.
It's from what I've been told, it's been fucking huge. So like it's crazy right now for you, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I mean I don't really want to talk about all the in
No, of course
depths
not.
obviously, but it's doing better than I expected. And if anyone is unaware, it's the collaboration with Xavier Wolf. That is the drop, and yeah, it's doing great. It's very exciting, yeah.
Good, good. So I'm losing my mind here. Sorry. Uh, what like if you could like throw out there, what's next? Like, are you planning on doing collabs anytime in the future, or just probably no hold off for a long time after this?
It's really hard to say because I mean, one of my like best brand friends, we like have jokingly talked about doing a collab like when we're both like really big,
Mhm.
because we have like the same mindset with like we only want to do collabs if like we really want to fucking do them. Like this Xavier Wolf collab is like it was my biggest goal when I started this shit, and luckily
You've hit it.
I was
dude.
able to do it. So I mean, as of right now, I don't have another like, oh, this is the collab I'm gonna do. Because a lot of the other like air quote bigger brands, like yeah, they're cool, but I don't see myself ever working with them mainly because like I don't know them on a personal level, and I don't think I could. I don't think I'm one of those people who could just hit up someone and be like, hey, let's do a collab. Like, let's collab. Like, I feel like I have to
Right.
genuinely fuck with them and all that. Like, and down the line, maybe do another collab with Wolf eventually. But right now, I really just got a whole bunch of shit that I'm wanting to get out there. That's mine. Like, that's all me. Like, I really want
Is
to
there
prove to everyone like what I'm capable of. Now that people have like are starting to see the brand.
right? Is there anything like you're now that you've gone through this like big momentous like goal for yourself? Is there like anything that you're sitting here like, well, this is something I want to do in a drop next, or like
Yeah, I mean, I
maybe
was just telling you guys before this. I've always wanted to make shoes. I love shoes, and hopefully that'll happen this year. Shoes.
is it something that you're thinking like long term,
Um,
or is it gonna be like closer than we may
it's
think?
more the fact that like it's gonna take a minute to get samples in. Like I could literally get samples ordered today. Working on design, but it's more like the fact that samples gonna take a while to get in because it's like it's not like a shirt. Someone like I could literally get a sample for a shirt made in a day if I wanted to. Like
Right.
shoes, it's like they got to be designed like perfectly. I gotta get samples made. If I don't like something about it, I gotta fix it and basically restart the whole process of getting samples made.
So how does that
So
like
it could
work
take a
with
while.
because I know you're talking about like specific types of shoes. Like how does that work? Do you just like buy plain like blank pairs of them?
No, it's all cut and sew, which is like you can do cut and sew any like clothing item or shoe, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And like I could take a silhouette, like a skate high, a Vans skate high or a Vans old school, and I could change something about it to make it mine and make it like they would have to cut and sew it to make it exactly how I want it. Like I could pick the exact materials that I want for different parts of the shoe, like mixed leather and suede, and make it exactly how I want it, which is what I plan on doing. Yeah.
Okay, so it's not like it's not like you say, "Oh man, I want some Vans old schools," and they just send you like they just print onto like a white pair or
No,
something
no, no,
like
no.
that.
Like this is gonna be. I don't want to go into too many details, but it's like I can design something like change something like to be a different like I can literally make the shape of a like the leather in a certain spot be different and they'll cut it out and they'll make it exactly how I want it. It's all cut and sewn together. Like they cut all the
Oh,
pieces of the shoe. It's like how shoes are actually made in a factory. Like, but it's gonna be with my design instead of a generic shoe.
that's cool as fuck, man. Sorry, I hit the hard hitting questions there. I'm not trying to pry on
No,
you.
no, 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 no. It's all good. No, I like
I
talking about this kind of stuff.
I'll rant if I don't know shit about it. Like I just ask a ton of questions.
No,
So
no, like if you guys ever have questions, like this is a great place to ask. Cause if anybody is watching this from like from my brand and they're like wanting to know about brand stuff, this is probably the only place I'll ever give that information out. Cause
Yeah,
I feel
man.
like
Tweet your
it's
questions to at I don't know your
no
Twitter
Apartment
off.
B2.
yeah. I think you just started a Twitter, right? We got a Twitter now.
It's very fresh, but yeah. And I'll throw the at in there at the end. But yeah, we have a Twitter now and Instagram. So if you're new listening, go ahead and feel free to give us a follow, and I'll reiterate that at the end. But yeah, it'll be in the description, of course, and I'll give the ats at the end of the episode.
But
Thanks
yeah,
for bringing that up. I completely forgot.
but yeah, back to the shoes. Like hopefully, if it all works out, I could release them sooner rather than later and get them all announced and everything. And you guys will obviously see them as soon as I see them. But
Right. Well, I'm excited for this because like when you mentioned, I was thinking like, man, I could use a new pair of shoes.
and what I have in mind, I think is right up your alley. I'm not gonna give any details, but I think you'll like what I have in mind for the design.
That's cool. All right. Well, that's. Oh man, now I gotta know.
I mean, well, I'll tell you after, but
Okay.
that's all I can say.
All right. So
Yeah.
you like sports?
Hell no, dude. I hate sports.
No, like I know that you have been playing a lot more battle royales recently because our friends have been poking and prying to get you to play with us.
Yeah.
Are they as bad as you remember? Or are you having a little bit of fun with it?
Nah, man. I still hate them.
Hate 'em,
But
dude.
I mean,
Despise.
I hate it here, but you do what you got to do to survive, I guess. Yeah.
Oh man. I no, I mean I was talking to one of our friends David earlier about how I should have played Warzone sooner than I did because I really fucking like it. It's like I don't know, it's a fucking battle royale that makes sense to me. Like in the other ones, like I might get a kill or two and like I might win a match here and there, but like Warzone I just have so much fun playing. Like dropping like 30, not personally 30 kills in a game, that'd be crazy, but like as a team dropping 30 fucking people, that's fucking fun as shit, you know? And I know Logan just started playing and you played a couple games with us, but like I've actually been having a lot more fun with battle royales than I had been in the past because typically there's like Apex or Fortnite, which Apex I might want to go back and play some of that, but we've been playing like some Fortnite and even some PUBG here and there. It's been a good time for me with battle royales right now.
Yeah, they're all.
What's
I think they're all a lot of fun for their own reasons. Like I said, we've been playing Fortnite, which people can hate on all they want. It's a fun game sometimes. PUBG, it's a shitty game, but sometimes it's fun. And Warzone, it's just a fun game. It'll make you mad though, but that one's actually, I think that one's the most fun, just because it like reminds me of old school Call of Duty, which is what we played a lot of when we were younger. So it's like memories and like just the play style of it is so a lot.
That
it's just a lot
game
of fun.
in general just plays like an old school Call of Duty. They hit the nail on the head And if Treyarch can do something similar with their Black Ops reboot whenever that's coming out, all right, whenever they finally announce it, because it's supposed to still come out the end of this year. If they can nail the head on, like hit in the same way that Modern Warfare did, then they've kind of got they're going pretty well, because I know the series kind of went to shit after Black Ops 3 because they started introducing like pay to win guns, basically. Like, oh, you have to fucking hit the loot boxes like for over $200 before you got this gun, but when you did, that gun cleared house. And in this game, it's not like that. They don't have loot boxes, and the battle pass is free, but there's an upgradable version that gives you cosmetics, but the free version still gives you the guns. And even after the battle pass is over, you can still get that gun by completing a challenge. So it's different and it's better. I appreciate that. I'm gonna continue to play more and more of it, I think, until I want to end my life due to it. But no. Okay, hear me out. You get to this point where you're playing a fucking game and it's like, I fucking hate myself now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure that you probably felt that way with Overwatch.
Yeah, it took a while, but I definitely did feel that way.
Sorry. Yeah, Mav just sent that picture in our group chat of a fucking brute from Halo, and it just got the fucking.
It's so
face
smooth, but so wrinkled at the same time.
Did you see his teeth, dude? His teeth look so unrealistic. It looked like they fucking put popsicles in his mouth. Dear God.
He's just living his best life, man.
Yeah, I mean, that's a game I'm excited for. I'm excited for a lot of games that need to come out, should already be out, but COVID and such.
Oh yeah.
We all recently, a couple of our friends, including Wog and myself, had recently upgraded our computers, and like we've all been like super into it, PC building recently. And I keep hearing more and more about how these new Xboxes are big. The new Xboxes kind of shit on our computers. Like, we just upgraded, and I'm already being told that the new Xbox that's coming out this fall apparently is supposed to be about 15-20% better than a 2080 Ti. Like a reasonable build, like PC build that'd be equivalent to that, is gonna cost you like $2,800 with today's parts. That's fucking crazy. There's like a lot of news circulating around that, but if that's true, then like this is the first time that consoles are gonna have an edge over PC. I don't
think they ever will, man. There's
no. I don't think they truly will, because okay, look, the Xbox and the PS4 both have AMD processors and GPUs in them. The only difference between the Xbox and the PS4 is that the Xbox GPU is better than the PS4 GPU. PS5, I mean. It's like they said that the PS5's GPU is about 15% better than a 5700 XT, which, for those who don't know, that's like the best AMD graphics card you can buy. While the Xbox is supposed to be comparable to about 20% better than a 2080 Ti, which is the best graphics card available outside of like workstation stuff. So it's crazy to hear that, but if AMD releases their new graphics cards at the same time the Xbox comes out, then it's like, why wouldn't I just buy the graphics card over the Xbox? If it's similarly priced, you should see more performance out of that. I mean, in the end, the games are gonna look good on whatever platform. I personally don't think I'll have to upgrade to be able to play something like Halo at better FPS, at better graphics quality than an Xbox, but who knows? I guess time will tell. If the game even looks like any game, like a game, come November. But I guess we'll just have to see on that front. I'm losing my mind here. I thought I had other topics, but they're just not coming to me. You boys got anything?
So you just recently finished watching Attack on Titan, Ryan. How'd you feel about that?
Oh, Titan. Yeah. I do have a few quarrels with that.
Okay. All right. I'd love to hear.
Look, I'm gonna try to keep the spoilers to a minimum, and by saying that, I'm going to spoil. So if you don't want to hear about Attack on Titan, okay, just try to skip through.
If you're into anime, you've probably seen Attack on Titan by now.
Yeah, it's definitely one of like I'd say probably one of the most mainstream.
Yeah, it's a staple. Yeah. Besides like all the classic.
Right. I mean, it's good. There's good storytelling, but on that note, season 2, when they fucking announce, when you figure out who the armored titan was in the
Dude,
colossal titan.
okay.
They really just slapped that on you. Like,
It's so passive.
it didn't
It's like in the middle of another
Yeah.
conversation, you just hear it like in the background.
And now the next episode does add context to it as to why I'm not as to why they're being so passive about it, but as to why Aaron is taking it so
So hard.
carefully. Not hard. He doesn't like get he doesn't get really angry about it.
Oh no, he gets very
cool.
angry when they fight.
No, he does at the end. He does in the fight.
Yeah,
Yes,
he's very upset.
But like in their conversation, it just felt weird. They were just like, and it literally went down like this. Okay, especially when you listen to the English dub. All right, which is what I watched through because it was all out, and I just didn't want to deal with the subtitles today. Typically,
I've seen it in both, so I
only watch
I've
subtitles.
seen it in both, so I can,
So,
I can speak on both. Oh,
but
God.
it was just like yeah, I'm the armor titan. He's the colossal. 4 years ago, that was us, and it's like 5 years ago, that was us. We basically caused your mom to die.
We won't kill anybody else.
it
If
was
you
like-
just come with us. How's it sound?
If you come
Sound
with
good?
us.
Sounds good.
Yeah, and it was so nonchalant, and I didn't really appreciate that. Also, that season
I
was
love
really
that.
short.
That was such a good way, like just to like, it didn't bring too much. Like it didn't throw it out there in your face or anything. Like, and if you weren't paying a whole
What do
lot
you
of
mean?
attention,
It literally was out there.
yeah,
in your
but
face.
here's the
I
thing
would've-
that you're
I would have preferred like a build up. Like I would have preferred them like
with it.
gone into a fight and then Aaron ripped him out and it's like, oh, it's Bearholt. Like that's what I would have. That would have been more shocking.
I really
and
enjoyed that.
appreciated.
I thought it was a good way to, because I mean, it's literally in the middle of someone else's conversation that you just like in the distance hear them talking about it. So
Yeah, I know it, and like
I just
don't
I
know.
thought it was great because at that point you can really see that he's like lost his mind, that he thinks
Right.
that I'm
well, later
really
in that season they determine that
He's got
has like schizophrenia or multiple
Yeah.
personalities or some shit like that. Which is cool, but that season is so short. Wasn't the first season like 20
yeah.
episodes?
Season 2 is definitely the shortest. I think
It went to 12
Yeah.
episodes, and then the next season was back to
Yeah.
22.
season 4 is gonna be 24 episodes, I believe.
And it's the final
Mhm.
season. And that's the main reason I watched it, because I had watched the first season, really liked it, and then kind of just dabbled in the second, and then didn't keep up with it. I personally thought I was further along in the show, but I told you that like I thought I was like halfway through, but I was only on like episode 4 when I stopped watching.
Yeah.
So, but with that being said, I do appreciate a lot of the backstory they do. And
It's got
like,
some like
towards
heavy like
middle and the
Holocaust
end.
vibes to it.
Oof.
Hell yeah, dude! They were really pulling from that.
They
heavy.
actually just
Okay.
released a and I'll look it up while we're talking, but they actually released like a picture of one of the last frames of the anime, and like it's got like a almost Nazi looking soldier with like a red armband and yeah.
Jesus. Yeah, and the backstory they depicted the guys who could turn into titans, the race that could do that. I forget what they're called.
Children of Ymir.
Yeah, but they have like a real
Oh,
race name,
Eldians.
like Eldians, yeah, that. It showed them with like white armbands.
Yeah.
You
There's
know,
that's
this is the
picture,
final
yeah.
scene. Wow, it looks really high.
Yeah, they
res.
actually swapped animation studios. The current
Oh, so it's new. It's a new art
not
style.
necessarily new art style, but from what I've read, the current studio realized like, oh, this is a really big project that we can't keep working on. Like, we can't devote all of our resources to it anymore. So they pretty much gave up the contract to somebody else.
Damn. All right. Well, that's interesting. Yeah, it looks actually really
Mhm.
different. So that's interesting. But yeah, I mean, I see exactly what you mean. Sorry for people who are clearly listening. Whenever we get around to making these into like a video podcast, I'll get this up on the screen for sure and show you guys what we're talking about, where maybe you've already seen it by now because the anime's out by the time I ever get around to doing that. But well, no, it was really good. I actually really enjoyed the most of the seasons. I will say the way they ended this third season could have been the way they ended the whole series, but
I definitely needed to be touched on a little bit more about like, what do we do next?
I don't. No. So it's not the what we do next part. It's more of the fact. It's more of the fact. Okay, that the whole series especially in the season they flash back to talking about how one of the characters wants to go to the beach. They want to see the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
And granted, they do see that at the end of the season. They could have really just ended the series with the 3 main characters just chilling at a beach. It would have made a lot more sense for that to have been
Well,
the
yeah,
ending
but
of the series, in my
the
opinion.
Marlians, I think is what they're called. They're gonna keep sending over the Eldians and
No,
turning them
yes,
into
I
Titans.
understand. It'd be a conflict for sure. It just the way they made the tone of the season for him to have to see the ocean. Okay, they hyped it up. It's like one of those things in a movie where like it's the final thing you see in the movie. All right, that's not gonna have a sequel. It's the end. All right, that's all I mean by it. Like I know that the next season's gonna be good, and hopefully they end it really well. And if this is one of the final fucking scenes from the movie, then I'm guessing this dude in the picture is like the bad guy.
It honestly looks
But
kind of like
I'm
Reiner.
excited.
I feel like it's gonna
that's-
kind of come down to Aaron versus Reiner and Levi versus Zeke.
The guy in the bottom left hand corner. I know Bertholdt's
He is
dead,
dead,
but
sir.
that kind of looks like them in the image.
Nah, he's really dead. He
No, he big dead. I know. I'm curious how they're gonna like, because I know throughout the season 3 they really touch on like why they can turn into Titans, why the Titans look different. Because I originally thought, well, if one person's the Colossal Titan, then they're all gonna look exactly like the Colossal Titan. But I guess it's your Titan looks like you because it's you, all right, and then it changes a little bit if you have like one of the special Titan forms.
I'm pretty sure that's how it goes. Because like when Aaron
Because like
turns
they
into
show
one,
3 different versions of the
Yeah.
attack Titan, which is Aaron's, the main character's Titan. They show his father's, and the guy before his father, and they're all relatively similar except for his father's. His father's is really different. Okay, but for the most part, they have the same type of build. But it is interesting how they're gonna redesign, like for example, the Colossal Titan, because that's now with a different person.
I did see how his father's Titan was super hairy. I did read something once that people think that the longer you have your Titan ability, the hairier it gets. That's why the
Yeah.
Beast Titan is so damn hairy, because Zeke's had his for a while, and why Grisha's Titan was so hairy, because I mean obviously he had his for the 13 years that
Grisha's.
Aaron's dad, that's his name. Sorry.
Yes, sorry. No, you're fine. That's my fault for not paying attention.
Um
I guess that makes sense. I mean, yeah, maybe that does make sense. I mean, fuck if I know, but
what do you think, Log?
I think it was a good anime. I don't really care about all that shit.
Okay.
I just like watching them. Like I like listening to you guys talk about the quarrels you have with these animes, but to me
it's not that I have quarrels with the anime. I have quarrels with storylines.
yeah, quarrels with like
general.
storyline. But to me,
Yeah.
like I'll watch something and someone be like, "Oh, I hated. I like this part. What? Like it just pissed me
Like
off."
Tokyo Ghoul?
That. Yeah, like it was good.
Man, that
I
final
thought it was all
season.
good. I mean, obviously the final season wasn't as good. See, like I see that, but I still thought it was good. But like the first 2 seasons are so good. So like the final season was like, meh.
Dude, at this point, I just watch so much stuff. It's hard for me not to like nitpick on certain things. Like I hate that a little bit, but like, before COVID, I'd see like 30, 40 movies a year, which sounds like a lot. But like, you know how many movies actually come out in a year? I maybe like see a fourth of them.
You remember?
And
Remember right before COVID, we were gonna like get this like movie subscription thing where we could go see. As
Oh,
many
was it
movies
like
as
the
we
AMD
wanted.
thing?
dude, I'm so glad I didn't
the
pay
AMD
for
shit,
that.
Dude, the
and then
AMD
this
is
shit
like
happened.
bankrupt, or not AMD.
No.
AMC.
It was it's not AMC, it's
Oh,
Regal that did it.
AMC is like pretty sure they're going bankrupt after everything.
It was dude, when it comes back, like when movies are actually in theaters, like good movies, okay, not the shit reruns that they're doing right now just to get people in there. All right, and COVID's like pretty much gone, and I'm like, I feel okay going to see a movie.
Mhm.
I'm fucking buying the year subscription. I'm dropping the $200 because it's unlimited movies. Fuck yeah, it's so worth it. I remember the last movie I fucking saw in theaters was an anime movie, guys. Okay, I really wanted to see a real movie.
Oh, I
know?
know what movie you're talking about. Yeah, I still haven't seen it.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not gonna fucking
the My Hero
yeah,
movie?
I 100%. Yeah, I 100% saw that movie in theater. All right, it was great. That movie was fucking great. All right. With that being said, I would have rather had my last movie seen be A Quiet Place 2, but they fucking moved it back literally the week before. They said, yeah, we're not going to do it. And I was like, fuck! Out of any movie, that's the one movie of this year that I was super excited to see. And they fucking pull it back to like September. And who knows if it'll actually come out in September, seeing how everything's going currently. I mean, fuck, everybody's being stupid as shit right now, so.
True.
Who knows? We might get closed down again here in a few months.
We
as
should
it
get
gets
closed
colder.
down right now, but you know.
We should, yeah. Because they were all like, well, the heat's going to kill it. We're
No, it's
fine.
gonna
We
be,
couldn't
well, the
fix it."
cold's gonna kill it
get
this
out.
time.
Or something.
Yeah, you know, except for coronavirus has so many different versions of it now. There's so many different mutated strains. The thing is just so strong at this point. All right. It's like the armored
Sorry,
titan of fucking
I don't want to talk anymore.
shit. Dude, I needed to sprinkle a throwback there at the end.
Throw back to 2
No,
minutes.
I mean,
ago.
like, yeah, dude. Look, I think it's safe to end the podcast here, but I will go off by saying one thing. We need good movies in theaters. We need
good
COVID gone,
animes, man.
and I need to know the name of Logan's cat,
I still don't know,
I
bro. We haven't picked one.
dude.
Just don't name it. Just name it.
I
Cat
still
or
think
some
you should
shit.
go with. I think you should go with Vanta. I think you should go with
that's-
Vanta. I think
that's
that
like
name is
the-
slick,
on the list, you know.
dude. You got like less than a week. Aren't you getting it this week?
Definitely by the time we record the next podcast, yes, I will have it.
Good, because I hope it's not fucking Oliver.
No,
because I'm gonna
Oliver.
end myself.
Bro.
That name is something else, dude. No, Vanta's really strong. I think you
Strong.
should just honestly, Logan, go to the store, get the tag, like, get a
Get a
name
name
tag, 'cause I
tag.
know you got some collars, and just put Vanta on there and show her. Sold. I'm telling you.
Yeah, that shit
once
just
it's in
looks nice
writing,
on a
you
collar,
can't take
you
it
know?
back.
That should look good on
Yeah.
a collar.
Like I bought Hero's collar before we had him, and we weren't even sure we were gonna call him Hero yet.
Rio.
But I brought it.
Heroes?
Hero. We weren't sure we were gonna call him Hero yet, but I brought that home and like I didn't want to buy another one.
Yeah.
So you can just do that. It'll work, I promise you. I mean, fuck, I don't really know that well to know whether or not she'd be like, yeah, I don't care, we're gonna get a new collar for a different name, but who knows? We'll just I
Yeah.
really want to see the cat.
If we don't have one
I
picked
wanna meet
out
that cat.
by next podcast, man, I don't even know, bro. I don't even know, man. I don't even know.
You're just gonna not even give it a
No,
name.
bro, it'll be called
when,
Cat.
When you go to call it, you'll just go, ooh.
Ew.
Like, make
What is
noises
a
at it?
gasp?
Yeah, that was a Minecraft again.
I was trying to think of like the weirdest noise I could make at the moment. I mean, I guess it could have been weirder,
Oh,
but
wow,
yeah.
you're so quirky.
All right, well, it's been 41 minutes, which I thought this would be like a short episode like the past few ones, but it's gonna be a decent length. I think 30 minutes has been our key hit here in the past few weeks. 35 minutes ish has been what it's at, and I feel like we've been doing good. So thank you everybody for listening. And Mav's a bitch. Have a good night.
Fucking.
Bitch, have a good night.
Fucking.
Bitch, have a good night.